Hey everybody, this is Lisa Freeman from stampingwithlisa.com, and I'm here today to show you how to do these two projects. This one is a box that I made for a recent class using the Petal Passion Memories and More card pack, and it's a box with different compartments in it, and I'll show you. I'll take these out and show you. This front compartment you can put your note cards and envelopes in. The next compartment holds cards, and then the back compartment holds envelopes. So this is what it looks like up close. You see how there's different compartments in there? And I made those using the clear boxes that we sell in the catalog now. So I'm going to put it back together, and I'm going to show you how to make it in just a minute and show you all the cards that are in there too. And also, I made this cute little pizza box, and these are super easy to put together. We have these in the catalog, and then inside I have 3 little note cards that I made to go in there. So I'm going to show you all of those and how to make the boxes in just a second. I came up with the original idea from, it was from my friend Faith. She's also my upline. We were at a meeting, and she wanted us to make this box, but it was bigger, and it came out a little bit longer this way, and I didn't really like the extra room there. I wanted it to fit tight, so I redid the measurements, and now you can get a whole box out of one sheet of paper, and it is super easy to make. This one uses the Butterfly Basics set, which is one of my favorite stamp sets that was in the current catalog, but it's retiring, and I'm really upset about that. But there are lots of new beautiful stamp sets in there, so you're gonna really enjoy the new catalog. The one I did for class, this is the Petal Passion Memories and More card kit, and I also used the Petal Passion stamp set to go with it. And this is carrying over, not the card kit, but the stamp set, so and the framelits, so you can still do that one. So let me show you how to do the box first, and you're not going to believe how easy it is. So you start with a whole sheet of paper. And this is just the crumb cake cardstock. So it's one whole sheet of paper, and I just cut it in half. It's just like you're going to make a card. So I cut it at 5 1/2. So you get 2 pieces that are 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And then you score it at 2 inches on 3 of the sides. So we're going to score it. Let me make sure this is in the picture. Put it at 2 inches and score it, and then turn it. Put it at 2 inches, score it, and turn it 2 inches and score it. So I've scored it. Oh, this one didn't go very deep, but I've scored it on all 3 sides, except not the top. So you got your 2 inches here, your 2 inches down at the bottom, and your 2 inches on the side. And you're going to do that to both pieces. And then I stamped it with the wood grain background, both of the pieces. And what I had to do was stamp it one time. Let me get this out of the way. One time, like from here to here, and then I did the sides. They're a little bit off, but nobody's going to really notice that. So we've got 2 pieces here. They're exactly the same, and they're like 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 2 here, here, and here. And what you do is you cut up to the flap on the bottom on both of them. And then on one of them, so now we've just cut those flaps there. On one of them, you're actually going to cut these whole corners off. Okay, so this is what you're left with. So we still have the half sheet of paper with the scoring, and I just cut it right up to these flaps at the 2-inch mark. I mean at the score line at the 2-inch mark. And then this one, I did the same thing, but I actually cut those corners off. And what you're going to do is turn that over, and we're going to put some tear tape on here. And this stuff is great. If you've never used it, it is like the greatest thing ever. So just put a couple strips, and then you rip it. You don't even have to use scissors. And then a couple pieces on the bottom. So this is the side that's not stamped. and then you're just going to make sure you've folded it really well. So I'm just going to do that on all. Let me get my fold and folder and do that. So make sure you've got your creases really well. And make sure you do that to the other piece too. And this piece. Okay, so now we've got to put the box together. So what we're going to do is basically just put these two pieces together like this. So it makes our box. So you're just going to rip off the tape here on one side and put that down and just line up your score marks. So now we've got one long piece, and then you're going to take off these pieces. And what I like to do is just fold one side in, and then you can just fold it in half, and it should line up perfectly and make your box. So now we've got the box, and we've got to finish the bottom flap. So to do that, you just put in the two small ones first. The one that doesn't have tape goes next, and then the one that does have tape, just pull that off. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get it off if you don't have fingernails. You can use your little pokey tool to do that, or paper piercer. All right, and then fold this. And I like to put my hand in there and kind of rub it. All right, so there you go. There's your box. And it is so easy and so cute. Then we've got to make the little compartments that go inside. So what I did, I took the clear, they're acetate card boxes, and these are in the catalog. You get, let's see, how many? 10 in a pack. And I think they're around $6 or $7, something like that. So they come like this, and you just open them up and unfold them, put them together. Oops. Okay, I mean, a little difficulty. Probably need my glasses on. All right, put them together like that. And then you can fit, I usually put 4 cards and 4 envelopes in here, and then box it up, and it'll make a great gift, just like that. So if you want to put cards and envelopes in that, that's a great idea like it is, and you can wrap a ribbon around it, but maybe put a little tag, and that would be a great gift just like that. But what I did is I took 2 of them, I cut one in half. So this is one just cut in half at 4 inches because they're 8 inches long. If you just lay it down, it's 8 inches across here, the length. So I cut it at 4, so I've got 2. And then I took another one, so it was 8 inches, and I cut it at 6.5. So I just cut 1.5 inches off. So you're just gonna do the same thing, put these together. Stick a little bit. And make sure, the key to these is just creasing those sides really well to get everything to stay in shape and fold up nicely. And then you've got this. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2. So now we've got a little one, and we're going to do the same thing with this one. Sorry, I'm getting it out of the picture for a minute because it's easier to do it when I push it up against myself. Oops. Okay. All right, so now we've got the 3 boxes. So what we're going to do is put them together like this, and that's going to be the inside of our box. And what I did was I just put a little piece of adhesive on there, and then put it in the box, and then put another piece of adhesive on this one, put it in the box, kind of press them together a little bit, and then this one already has that adhesive on that side, so you can put it in there like that and squeeze them together just a little bit. Okay, so now they're all stuck together, and you can just pull it back out so you can see how they fit together. And you can just put it in this box, and then say you get sick of the pattern that you have on this one, you can just make another box, pull this out, and put it in another box. And then throw that one away if you want to. So this is just so cute. And that's what you're actually putting your cards in inside. And you could even put other stuff in there if you don't want to put cards. You could put like pens and recipes, whatever you like. But I just thought it was perfect for this project. So that's how you make the box. It's just so simple. I couldn't even believe it. And then I decorated it with the Petal Passion set and the framelits that I just punched out. And I want to show you a neat trick that I learned using the Stamparatus, how to do that. So what I did, here's the Stamparatus. So, oops. All right, we need to put something under this. Usually I have a stamp set that I put under here to keep it, oh, that's not gonna work, that's too high. Let's try this. You wanna have something under there like a stamp set or something to keep it flat this way. So I had the these two, and for some reason this one keeps falling off, but let me put it back on there. No, it looks like it's good. Okay, so what I did was I inked this up the first time, put it on here, took this in the Big Shot, cut it out, and I got this. So we had them ready. But I wanted to do it in class, and I didn't want everybody to have to get up and go to the Big Shot. So I made just this template of what was left and left these here. And then I just went ahead and cut out all of these ahead of time. So then I could just put them back in here like this ahead of time. And then all I have to do is ink it up and stamp it. So we're just going to do that right now real quick. And hopefully these haven't moved since I put them here. That's the key. One of my customers decided to pick them up and move them in class. We had to sit and put them back together. And I've got one, uh-oh, just messed that up. Get one of these magnets out of the way. Okay. All right, so then we're just going to close it and give it a good press on both of them. And if you mess up, that's the great thing about the Stamparatus. You can do it again. Oops, that popped out. So what you see here is the two things now are already stamped, and we didn't have to get up and go to the Big Shot. You can just sit here and do it at your desk. So if you're doing a bunch of these, it makes it really easy because you can punch them all out ahead of time. And if you're using Whisper White or Vanilla, you can actually do 2 of these at a time. I haven't tried 3, but 2 works really easily. So you can pop them out really easy. You don't have to worry about getting your dies perfect every time. You just have to make sure these are in the right spot. So that's just a quick Stamparatus tip for you. And then I just put a piece of scrap paper there so it doesn't get it dirty. And that's how I got these, and I colored it with just regular markers. I did the, let's see, what is Pink Pirouette and Pear Pizzazz I used on that. And then for the bird, I used Pink Pirouette and Ivory. And then let me show you all the cards that are in here. So I used this kit. Let me show you that real quick. And what you get with these kits is unbelievable. It is they're only $10, and you get so much stuff in there. It is not even believable. And this is not even the whole kit because I've already used a bunch of the pieces, but you get a bunch of the long pieces like this. These are all 4x6, and they're front and back. They don't usually have the same thing on both sides. I've used a ton of them. So like here's one, and I used the back of this one for one of the cards. If I can get it apart. Oops. I can get it up there. This, I use the back. You'll see in a second the polka dot part for one of the cards I did. But you get so many of these 4x6 pieces, plus there's cutouts in here, and there's also acetate sheets with pictures on there and words. And I love these little lovebirds and the sayings on the back. But you get all those long ones then, and I just cut them down for my cards. I cut them down. They come 4x6, and I cut it to 4x5 1/4 to make a card front. Then you get a bunch of these little cards, And again, I've used a ton of them already, so this you get even more than this. These are 3x4, so I use those for the note cards, and they just made perfect size because they're already are the good right size to use on the front. So you really don't have to cut too many of them down. And then you can just color them, do whatever you want, but you get so many and they're all double-sided, so you can look. Sometimes it's hard to even pick one because you like both sides. See, that's a cute one to do a card with. And you can just stamp some flowers. If it's just words, you could stamp some flowers on here or something, or if you have flowers, just stamp the words. But I made these cards in no time at all. And I did the class. We made the box and all the cards and the pizza box with the note cards in 2 hours. It was a 2-hour class. So it doesn't take long at all. And let me show you the other products really quick. These are the envelopes for the cards, that the mini note cards, the 3x3 that go in here. And these are in the catalog. These are the note cards themselves, Whisper White note cards and envelopes. They're in the catalog also. And here are the pizza boxes. And they come just like this. And you get, I think, 8 in a pack. Yeah, there's 8 in a pack. And they're really cheap too. I think maybe like $6 or $7. And let me show you really quick how to make one of these too. All you got to do is fold it up. And you don't even really need adhesive at all. Make sure you always put the glossy side inside, or else it's not going to work. They have the glossy piece inside so you can get, they're food safe. You can put cookies or something in there like that. So you just fold it up like this, and then the front flap comes around and snaps into place. And there's little notches in here. And they just, whoops, let me make sure these are in there right. These go in the notches first, and then this wraps around and goes in the notch. And then these just fold in, and then you close your box. So you don't need adhesive if you don't want to, but what I do is I usually put a glue dot right here and right here so that it holds it to this back part right here and keeps it more in shape. So that's the only adhesive I use for that whole box. And that gives you this. And this I also decorated with the kit. And here's the note cards that I put inside. So these are 3x3 note cards. So this is one of those small note cards that was in the kit. I just cut it down to 3x3 and colored it and stamped happy birthday. This one I did, oh, I didn't even show you. There's stickers in there too, but I used them and took them out of the box. This one I cut down to 3x3, and the beautiful day was already on there. I just put a sticker and colored it. And this was 2 different ones. I cut this one out and colored it, and this was just a polka dot piece that I cut down to 3x3. Excuse me. So let me show you the ones that I did for class. This one is the best day ever. And this one I just colored the flowers. This is actually one of the cards, and I punched out the circle and put it on there and put a little bling. And this one, the only thing I had to do for this is stamp the words in the middle, and then I put a little piece of pink at the bottom. This one already came like this. I took the stamp, the lacy stamp from Southern Serenade stamp set, and stamped it in there, and there was also polka dots in that set that I stamped on the edge. And then we've got the note envelopes to go with that, so we'll put that back in here, and those go in the front. And then here are the big cards. This one, I did nothing except cut this piece down to 5 1/4 and stamped this and punched it out. This one was exactly like this. I didn't even do anything to it. It was already this size, so I just layered it and made a bow to go on it. So that was like a 1-minute card. This one had the love you very much and all this on here. The only thing I did was put this little sticker on, and you get a few of those in there, and I just colored that. And this one, the words came out really light. I stamped thank you here, but I don't even know if you can see that. My ink pad was almost dry, so I had to re-ink it. But it comes with this flower on one of the cards. I added a pearl and the words there. And then this was another card that came in there. And I just cut that piece down. So that's it. And then you just put those in the middle section. And then you've got this great gift. And whoops, it's stuck there. So, who wouldn't want to get that? That's a great gift to give to somebody. and it doesn't really take that long. If you're doing it by yourself, it takes even less than 2 hours. It took us 2 hours because we had to share everything and go around the table. But if you're just making it yourself, it shouldn't even take 2 hours. So these are great gifts. This paper and the kit that I use for the cards are retiring, but there's new kits in the new catalog, so you can do this with any of the Memories and More kits. They are all great, and just do the same concept and put them all in this box. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see all the videos that I do. And if you'd like to purchase anything and you don't have a demonstrator, please go to stampingwithlisa.com and click on the shopping cart there. And I just thank you all for watching this, and have a great day.